How each day throws up its own challenges. On this occasion, I've been recently working on the new part of the living area, which was the guy's bedroom, which was about 6 inches or 15 centimeters lower than the the existing living room floor. So, um, and also the electrics for that area for his bedroom back in the day, they ran through the central wall that is no longer there. There was a wall that I took down practically at the beginning of the renovation. There is if you troll back sufficiently weeks, you'll see where that wall got taken down. And so we're in a position where there was actually no electrical feed at all in and around that area. So having the floor needing to be replaced anyway, and then also putting the new section in the sort of lower half wall because of the state of the adjoining wall between myself and my neighbours, gave me the opportunity to then run the cable through and bring it all the way up to effectively where I'm working here. So there's you see a lot of dust and stuff in this clip because obviously I'm not actually drilling through the timber there. The very large joist that's there. You then have the large beam that's running across the room. You then have the ceiling joists, and you have a space because they're sitting on top of that large beam. You then have a gap of what's effectively cob between the sections, so it's not overly difficult to punch a hole through. It's just a question of using the right, fairly thin masonry bit to begin with, and then sort of widening it a little bit more. But even that creates a heck of a lot of dust. When I'm working there, I always ensure that the doors are open all the time. Both the doors, the windows less so, because the position of the doors, it runs through anyway. It's directly, because it's like a direct route from front to rear, so it does tend to clear fairly quickly. And also the settee that I bought from the neighbour, sort of in the way of the window there, so that window wouldn't want to be opening anyway. And so it's just the things that I get to do when I'm having to decide what I'm going to be doing that particular day. This is just one section of the job that I'm doing. And so I'd ran the cable effectively from round underneath the staircase on one side through to or alongside the rear of where the television and that's going to be going, and then it then runs under the floor, which has just been laid. It picks up into the window seat that you have seen if you've been sort of following the video, then through to the paneling, which is part of this separation wall between. There's only a small section between the main living area and the new living area, and then I could pick up then, which is the area I'm working in here. So I've punched a hole through it, and then I've just got a very large chisel, and I'm looking to just increase the size of the hole, because the cables in France, you can either run the cable in standard into the GAN, which is sort of the conduit, or you can do the conduit first and then feed the cable through. So what I did here was I've actually put most of the cable is into the GAN or the conduit, and it's ready to go through the wall. Ready to, because the consuming it, which you can't see there, this is all done in sort of one section or one look. The camera's not moving, unfortunately. So you just have to sort of take my word for what's going on here. But to the left of where the window is, there is the consumer unit. So the idea is to finally to get the cable to run through to where the consumer unit is, so that at some stage it can be connected up. I just wanted to make sure that when I feed the cable through, it doesn't get dust and stuff going into the conduit. So I've just wrapped a bit of insulating tape around so that when I push it through, sort of the dusty hole that's there, it doesn't fill up with dust and stuff. And then I can then add on an additional bit of conduit and just connect that. And then that's fed right the way through to the consumer unit. So each day there's something new that's going to crop up, and it's going to take X amount of time to do. And it's such is life with this renovation. It's nice because every aspect is just it's advancing the renovation bit by bit. And it'll be nice to have. I've sort of gone a bit overboard with the amount of panels that are in that in the new sort of living area. There's 3 in and around the window box. You've then got a couple of doubles on the area where the TV is going to go in that long section of wall. Then you've got 3 singles, and then you've got another 2 power points underneath the stairs. So we won't be short of power. There's me just jiggery about with the conduit. So the conduit's through now, and that will then be hidden. That'll then get boxed in at a later stage, which again is yet another challenge when you look at the amount of stuff that needs boxing in here. But I'm quite happy to be doing that, and getting it, like I say, getting it to a point where it will actually be livable and or rentable. I'm quite possibly going to go back into the job market in the new year. I need to start earning some more money again. So it's not guaranteed that it will earn a living just from renting the place. I've had the idea of possibly running sort of workshops for people, but I haven't had too much of a great response from that. So again, I need to look at actually creating an income for myself on a monthly basis, so that I don't swallow up what's left of my meager savings. Anyway, that's digressing a wee bit. This was the challenge for today, was just to get a hole punched through this wall there to get the cable in place ready so that I can connect it up to the consumer unit. Hope it wasn't too boring, this video, but I just wanted to sort of explain how life is with a renovation. Anyway, thanks if you have watched it, and thanks for liking, and please leave a comment.